Dear head, shut up, I can't listen no more. It's late, so shut up, it's one night too much to ask for. You are a haunted house, you're superstitious. You are the coldest stone-carved marble faces. I won't fall down that fucking rabbit hole. I'm barely standing on the ground. All the hints that you leave are too hard to believe at all. I won't fall down that fucking rabbit hole. With you, with you, with you, with you again. With you, with you, with you, with you again. This bed on fire, I can't sleep here no more. Too late and tired, dreaming down on the floor. I'm a haunted house, I'm superstitious. I am a cardboard cutout, old and faded. I won't fall down that fucking rabbit hole. I'm barely standing on the ground. All the hints that you leave are too hard to believe at all. I won't fall down that fucking rabbit hole. With you, with you, with you, with you again. With you, with you, with you, with you again. With you, with you, with you, with you again. With you, with you, with you, with you again. I won't fall down that fucking rabbit hole. I'm barely standing on the ground. All the hints that you leave are too hard to believe at all. I won't fall down that fucking rabbit hole.
That was Rabbit Hole by Blink-182. This is Emo Nation Forever, and I am Teresa. So I know it seems like I upload on really random days, but I think I have a set schedule now. I think I'm gonna upload on Mondays and Fridays, so twice a week. We'll see if I end up sticking to that, but I'm gonna try. So next we have an interview with Mason from Noir, who had to put up with me trying to learn how to use Skype for the first time. So thank you for that, Mason. Without further ado, here's an interview. Alright, I got it to work this time. Yes, let's go.
Alright, cool.
What's up, guys? I'm here with Mason. Mason, say hi.
Hi.
Okay. So, introduce yourself.
I'm Mason, and I play guitar for a band called Noir from Youngstown, Ohio.
Alright. So, who else is in the band?
It's me, and then our singer Kennedy, our drummer Joey, and our bass player Mike.
Cool. So, how old are you guys?
I'm 20, our singer's 21, and then I think my drummer and my bass player are 22, so yeah, we're still young little spring chickens.
That's good. How did you guys meet?
Mike's pretty much my best friend. I've known him since I was like 16, we worked together. And then, Joey and Kennedy were really good friends too, so they've always known each other, and I've always known Mike. So, when me and Kennedy were 14, we were gonna start a band, and I don't know why, we would just talk about it on Facebook and stuff, and we were really into bands like Woe Is Me, and We Came As Romans at the time, so we were gonna do something like that. And I don't know why we never got together and did it, but we would always talk about it. So I've known Kennedy for a long time too, but we just started playing music together 2 years ago, actually. Yeah, winter of 2014. And what happened pretty much, they put out Kennedy put up an Instagram post. He was yo, just looking for somebody other members to for this project we were gonna do. And it was Joey and Kennedy. You had a couple other.
You're going in and out.
Oh, I am?
Yeah, that might be me.
Can you hear like everything I've been saying though?
Yeah, I heard most of it, but then it just started going weird.
Oh,
I heard from the Instagram post, and then it went weird.
okay. If you need me to repeat anything, just let me know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so from there we just like I brought Mike in and then had a couple member changes in between, and we're at where we are now.
Oh, that's cool. So you guys have been around for about 2 years then?
Yeah, about 2 years. We've only like we just put out our EP like this May, but we've had a single out since June of last year. So I guess we've technically been around for a year, but like we've been around for like 2 years.
Yeah. Not known for a whole year though.
Yeah, pretty much. I think it's funny because when we had our first single like mixed and everything, I think the only person we showed it to was like Seth from Alteris.
He's a good guy. He probably gave some good criticism.
Oh yeah, they're all good dudes. We've all like we're like real interconnected since like we're from the same city and everything. Like I work with their guitar player Mike's sister, and then I think our drummer Joey used to be in a band with their bass player Zach. And then what's funny is I remember when before they had their guitar player Mike in that band, they like put a post about like looking for a guitar player, and I like messaged their old bass player Tony about it. I was like, "Yo, you guys looking for somebody?" They're like, "Yeah, make a cover and we'll like check it out." And like I made the cover and everything, but I like never sent it to them. So I don't know. Maybe it could have been out there. Who knows?
You could have been an Alteris member.
Yeah, maybe maybe it could have been. I don't know. I don't know why I never sent it to them. I think I was just being lazy.
It sounds like me. Zach was actually the one that told me about you guys.
Oh yeah, he's such a good. They're all like super supportive of our band, and like we try to be vice versa.
That's what I try to do. I'm like, yo, check out this band. All these random bands follow me, and I think it's because they see me promoting them all the time.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate that kind of stuff. It gets hard sometimes.
It's like, just message me, I'll promote you. You can't just ghost follow me, dude. That's not
Yeah.
how it works. So what made you guys choose Noir as a band name?
We were just like trying because like the whole like when we started out like and like we're like forming our sound and everything and figuring out what we wanted to do. We pretty much wanted to make it like real emotional, like dark music, and like we pretty much were like trying to find a word to like sum that all up, and we couldn't figure it out. But then like our drummer Joey had this film studies class, and like there's like type of movies like called noir movies where it's like black and white movies, and I forget like what it is that describes those movies, but like noir is French for the color black, so like we just thought that'd be perfect because it sounded
That,
cool.
that does
It
sound
just
cool. Even,
I think it like describes their sound well.
yeah, even without knowing the meaning, it's a cool name.
Yeah.
So what genre would you consider your band's music to be?
God, this is such a complicated question. I just like to say like rock, but like I guess if you wanted to get technical, because I don't know, we're kind of out there because like I mean, we do the spoken word stuff, and then we do like the hardcore stuff, and then just like softer rock stuff and all of that. So like I guess you could just say like post hardcore, but I just like to say rock. I don't know. There's so many like genre titles now. It's hard to keep up.
It is.
So like I'm sorry.
I was gonna say it is because people will be like, "What kind of music do you like?" And I'm like, I can't put them into a genre, so I just put them into the made-up genre I have, which is emo. They're emo music.
Yeah, honestly, I'd probably describe us as that too. Maybe not so much what we have on Animus, but like I don't know, our newer material, which won't be out for a decent while, because we just put out a CD. I definitely would say is more emo. I don't know.
Yeah, it's that or it's hot topic music.
Oh God, don't even.
Alright, so what musicians are you inspired by?
For our sound, like in particularly, I'd say like there's a band called Hotel Books that's like a huge one because like in the spoken word like music scene that's like the big band. I'd say sound wise, like them definitely, and like the whole atmosphere of their music we're all like huge fans of. It's funny because like all four of us have like really different music tastes. I mean, we all like have like a lot of the same influences, which is why like this band works. But like we all have pretty like polarly different music tastes. But like bands like we like all come to agreements on kind of are the things that shape our sound, like Under Oath and Hotel Books and like Emerosa or Being as an Ocean, bands like that. So like I'd say those are the ones that like shape our sound. For like me personally, I really am a huge fan of like Landon Tours from the Plot and You and and like Craig Owens from Photos and Drugs and everything. I love everything he does. But yeah, stuff like that. Pretty much like Under Oath and the Plot and You for like me personally. And recently Emerosa with their new singer because he's really good.
What's your favorite song to play live?
um Imposter. And it's funny because like when we wrote that song, because like when we wrote it, we pretty much like wanted a heavier song because it just makes the live atmosphere a little more fun. But when we wrote it, we were like, oh, this doesn't fit. But like when we played it live, like it's so fun to play live. So definitely that one or Downhearted because there's this really fun part at the end that's like really fun to play on guitar. So definitely those. But I think Imposter because the energy of that song live is just I think it I because that you don't see that much in our set, it's definitely something that like you cherish because it's like it's like a once in a blue moon thing.
Yeah.
It's the energy you don't see the entire time, so it's really exciting when you do.
What's the hardest song to play live?
We have a song called Farewells Aren't One-Sided, and there's this guitar part during the verse that I literally mess up every time I play it. I can never play it the entire time, like full, without messing up just a tiny bit. And it's really simple too, but I don't know, it's the way you have to place your fingers on the fretboard that is just kind of hard.
Yeah.
That and because it's really hard to sing and play guitar, like if I'm trying to back up Kennedy on a harmony. So that song is pretty hard live. So yeah, definitely that one.
What was your favorite song to record?
um, I can't say any new ones we've done because yeah, I can't do that yet. Not allowed to talk about this. So I just go off Animus. Probably our first single we put out, In Memoriam, which is the last song on Animus. Because it was the first song we all did together, and like before I knew how to properly demo everything like on my computer and make everything easy for myself, we did most of it like with each other, like writing all that. So when you hear it all recorded, come together and mixed and everything, it like blows your mind because you're like, wow, that what I wrote turned into that. So like it was a huge shock to me, and it was the first time I've ever gotten a formal recording with any band I've ever been in. So like it was a huge shocker, and I definitely that one because the feeling it gave me was just unreal.
That's cool. So was there any particular moment that you realized you wanted to be in a band?
um, that goes back really far. Probably when it's a funny story. When I was like 12 years old, it was the summer after sixth grade. I was at a friend's birthday party. My friend had Guitar Hero. And I was like obsessed with it that night. So I went out and bought Guitar Hero the next day. And like, from there, I just like wanted to play guitar from there. But I guess when I really like started becoming passionate about like wanting to play music was like I think like 8th grade I got into like Nirvana. So I got really into the whole music thing, and then like around 9th grade I got really into hardcore music, so I was really motivated to like start a band and everything and write more music. So yeah, I guess that around eighth and 9th grade, it really came like when I was just got into music more.
Yeah. Is there a certain message you want people to get when listening to your music?
Um, that's a complicated question. I don't think when we write music, we don't really like do it to set out to like send a message. I mean, some bands do, like we're all really like all of us really love a band called The Color Morale. Like
Yeah.
we all really love that band. and like we're all, we you know obviously we all really dig the message they give out, and like they do it in a very positive, genuine way, and I really respect that. But like that was never our thing, just because like the whole point of like our music is just we wanted it to be really emotional. So I guess I don't know if it's a message, just it's that we're sad. I don't know. I don't
That's a very
know.
nice message.
Not anything in particularly, just like I don't know, everybody goes through things, and we do too sometimes. So you're never alone in that aspect. I guess that's what you could take from it.
Yeah. What's your writing process like?
Oh, that's another weird question. It's weird because we all write in different ways. Like our drummer Joey really likes writing on the spot, and he's really good at that. And I'm absolutely horrible at that. I have to be alone, and I find I write much better music when I'm alone because I don't know. It's more like a pressure thing. I don't like when people watch me when I play.
Yeah.
So like, usually it's like either if like some of the newer material actually it's weird we've been doing on the spot, and that's really new for us. So, but I kind of like how it's been going, so we'll try to keep that up. But before, pretty much, I would just like take like a scratch guitar track, and we would just add layers and add layers, add drums, add bass, add vocals, and it just progresses from there. But lately, we've been doing it at practice all together, and I kind of prefer it that way because it takes a lot of pressure off me. So hopefully that becomes a constant thing. I don't recommend that for most because it's not easy.
Yeah. Um, what crowd do you get more nervous playing in front of? A bigger crowd or a smaller crowd?
Probably a smaller crowd because I'm just like, wow, I really got to entertain them. We've been really lucky because we've only been playing shows since February, but we usually get pretty decent crowds, um, depending on the shows we're playing. So with a big crowd, I know like, at least a few people are gonna get into it. So like once people see other people getting into it, they come out their show a little less or a little more. And with smaller crowds, like you gotta really impress them because like they're the only people there. If one person doesn't like it, there's nobody else other than
Yeah.
like, maybe the two other people there. So definitely smaller crowds because you gotta really impress them.
Yeah. Where do you get your inspiration for your music?
Can you repeat that?
Where do you get your inspiration for your music?
I don't know. I don't know. Just life things. Like I said before, everyone goes through things, and pretty much Noir is just like an outlet for expression of however we're feeling, or however Kennedy is feeling when he writes lyrics, or something like that, or us if we like join in on that. But yeah, I don't know. Just life. I guess that's my answer.
Is there anyone you'd like to collaborate on a song with in the future?
Oh my God, yes. We did a song with our friend Sean from Conquer, and that was awesome. But that was kind of really heavy for us, so I don't know if we're gonna go that route again. Um, Here, I'll go off ones that could happen, and then ones that probably won't happen, but I would love. Ones that could definitely like we'd love to get There's there's a guy named Dan from a band called Downstream in Canada. And they're phenomenal, and I really love to get them. Oh, their singer on a song, or maybe like we were thinking like since like we do spoken word so much, like why most features are usually someone screaming or someone singing. So we were like maybe we should get like another like a spoken word band to have like their poet like feature on a song. So like maybe like Cam Smith from Hotel Books. That'd be really cool. But not sure about that. I don't know. Now ones like that I would love that probably won't happen. Um, Joel from Being as an Ocean would love getting him on a song. Anthony Green from Circa Survive. That one is like my absolute dream getting him on a song. I'm trying to think. There's so many good bands from like where we're from, but like I don't know who I'd particularly. I don't know. I don't want to choose anybody over anybody. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Um. Uh. Yeah. Definitely. Dan from that band Downstream I talked about because they're that band's really phenomenal. I'll send you a link of them. They're pretty awesome. But yeah, but my dream one would definitely be Anthony Green from Circus Survive and Sales, and that would be absolutely amazing.
Yo, Anthony, if you're listening, do a collaboration with their. Do a collaboration with them. That'd be cool.
Who's that?
I said, if he's listening, do a collaboration with them.
Yeah, get on that. Or actually, we're real good friends with a band called New Age Slaves from Chicago. They're really heavy, so like I don't think we'd have a feature, but we talked about doing a split with them. It probably won't like happen just because of like, it's hard to like devote certain like a couple songs to doing a split when you want to put it on your own CD. But that would be awesome. We would love to do that. We've wanted to do a split with another band. It's just that's a lot of work, and it's kind of hard to devote a song you want to put on your own CD onto a split because like it's like you want the flow of your album or EP to be perfect, and like devoting a song to something else is kind of it's kind of risky.
Yeah. So is there one designated person in the group that writes the song lyrics, or do you guys all do it?
It's mostly our singer Kennedy, but I mean sometimes we've had our hands in the water. Like there's certain parts of certain songs like on actually I probably shouldn't say well I won't say my parts but our bass player Mike wrote the chorus to Downhearted, and then I know our drummer Joey wrote some of the lyrics to In Memoriam. I'm not sure what parts, and then I think I wrote something on Farewells. I'm not sure. Yeah, we all have our hands in the water sometimes, but lately Kennedy's been doing it all on his own, and I prefer that because I like him to really get into that creative mode.
So all your songs are based off personal experience or just random songs mostly?
No, not that personal experience. Some of them are more metaphorical than most. So it's like 20 chapters. That song is like lyrically it's really metaphorical. So it's kind of hard to tell what's being talked about. But other songs are really blatant. like Downhearted, that's a really blatant song. So like it varies, but for the most part, like I don't think we've ever written a genuine, and I don't think we ever will do that because we're just not about that. So yeah, I definitely say from experience.
Not about that lifestyle.
No, not at all.
So what's been your biggest challenge as a band?
Being in a band is not all it's cracked up to be. Like it can be a pain in the ass sometimes. I think learning to write with your bandmates can be incredibly hard. I know, like, at times that was incredibly hard for us because, everybody works differently. And when you're an on-the-come-up band, getting opportunities for anything is just a giant pain in the ass. So luckily we have, really good friends that, help us out a lot, like Alteris, for instance. Love you guys. Yeah, like I said before, they're super supportive. They're awesome. Like bands like that, like are super helpful because they've had their hands in the water a lot longer. So they help us out, give us advice, things like that. So definitely, I'd say the hardest thing is just learning to work with each other. I think now that we've had so much time with each other, we work like awesome together. Like if I'm gonna be cocky about it, I think we're pretty damn awesome. I don't know.
You are.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. But yeah, definitely that. It takes a long because some people think like, and I used to think this too. The hardest part about starting a band is starting it and finding members. Oh my God, that is so wrong. Learning to work with people and making compromises and planning things and waiting is the hardest part. Learning to work with everybody, that's definitely it. But I think we're in a good spot now.
What's your favorite venue to play and why?
The Outpost in Kent, Ohio, because it has a deck that I can sit out on. No, I really like the sound guy there. He's really nice. Everyone that works there is really awesome, and we play there a lot because there's always touring packages going through there all the time. And we've just played there so long that the sound guy is kind of used to us, and we really like sitting out on the deck. And we just seem to do really good in that area. As like as for other places, like the sound's always I think the sound's good almost everywhere we play, but that place is definitely the best for us, I think. I think we just always sound great when we play there, and it's awesome to be able to sit outside.
Yeah, I've always heard a lot of good things about the Outpost. I'd love to go down there, except for the fact it's like a little under 12 hours away from me, possibly more.
Oh yeah, that's one hell of a drive.
Oh, I went to Nashville though this summer though. It was a few weeks ago. That was
Oh,
fun. Well, no,
beautiful.
I was in Kentucky and I was visiting family, and then the guys were playing a show. I'm like, I'm gonna go surprise them, and then I'm like, after the show, I'm like, hey, it's me, and they're like, oh my god, how did you get here?
That's awesome.
It's fun. It was worth it. It was really worth it.
Oh no, yeah, they're an awesome live band.
Yeah. Do you have any pre-show rituals?
I try to get everybody to learn at the focus. um, usually lots of yelling at each other, and
Awesome.
it's usually us just yelling about something absolutely stupid. And like, I don't know, we really don't. I'd like us to start getting into that. Like, so I work at this place called the Southern Park Mall. So I suggested that before every set we chant it together, like Southern Park Mall, Southern Park Mall. I wanted to do that a lot. And then we're all big Cleveland Cavaliers fans, so we were gonna like preach like "fuck Steph Curry."
Did that happen?
We did it during sound check once, but we don't do it during shows because we don't want to piss anybody off.
Yeah, that might not end well.
Yeah, not always. But we're in Ohio, so everyone appreciates it here. Everyone's here are Cavs fans.
Are there any particular bands that you like to play shows with?
What's that?
Are there any particular bands you like to play shows with?
I love playing with Alteris because I just everyone in that band is so awesome. They're all such nice people, and them definitely because they're awesome to watch. There's a band called Conqueror from where we're from too. They're just the tightest live band I've ever seen. They sound phenomenal, and we're all good friends with them too. We actually recorded our first EP with their drummer, so we like playing with them a lot. That band Tribute from New York, we played our first show with them. We've only played one show with them, but they're so good live. We I'd like to play with them again. Um, there's a band called Los Ojos from Cuyahoga, Ohio, that we just recently played with for the first time, but they're really awesome dudes, and we like playing with them a lot. And then Lakota Dakai, they're from Ohio. They're really awesome to play with. And yeah, definitely those bands because those bands are all phenomenal. And the Grievance Club, that's a really good band too. They're from Ohio too. A lot of Ohio bands. We haven't left Ohio yet.
Yeah.
Hope,
We talk about Alteris a lot this interview, I've noticed.
oh, they're all good.
They're
Dudes.
the,
I like talking about them.
they're the most talked about band so far.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh well, I don't think they care. So, do you have any funny concert stories? Stories, I can talk. Like that happened during or after the show?
That's a good question. Let me think about that for like 10 seconds. There's this one time where all right, so we were, that band Hotel Books I said was like our huge influence. Well,
Yeah.
we opened for them back in May, and um, every I don't know if you know what backtracks are, but
Yeah.
you know what backtracks are?
Yeah.
All right, for like anybody listening that doesn't know what backtracks are, um, basically, if anyone knows what a metronome is, it's what keeps the beats like so like we stay in time. So our drummer will have a metronome in his ear, and then what's playing on our tracks will be all the synth tracks because we don't have a keyboard player or like extra layers of things. That way everything sounds full. Some people aren't like cool with that, but just so everybody knows, like 90% of the bands you see live have backtracks. So
I remember seeing that everyone was flipping out because it was exposed that Sleeping with Sirens was using one on Warped Tour. It's like they're still playing. Every band uses backtracks for the most part.
oh, every single band uses backtracks. It's funny because I can see why people got mad because their backtracks they keep like some guitar parts in their backtracks and
Yeah.
they keep a good amount of backing vocals in their backtracks. So like I can see why people misconstrued that and like think like oh they're lip syncing and like I know Asking Alexandria does that like crazy. But
I'd imagine all that screaming. I
yeah.
can't scream for that long. I've tried. Didn't work out well. That's a story I'll tell you later.
Yeah, but every band uses them, almost every band, and trust me, if we didn't use them, or if every band didn't use them, you would notice. Like, but like, it's not like it's disingenuous. We all still play, and we're all still out there giving it our all. But, so now that we have backtracks out of the way, um, I would usually keep them on my phone, and then we like plug it into our mixer, and it goes through the PA. And earlier that week, I was like trying to put new music on my phone, and I synced my phone to my iTunes, and the backtracks got deleted off my phone,
Oh no.
and now I keep them on my computer. But so we're literally like 2 minutes away from playing, and like at most shows, at least where we played at the Outpost, like they keep the schedule pretty strict. When you play is when you're gonna play. So I look at my phone and the backtracks just aren't there, and we're all freaking out. So we're our producers sent us those backtracks that week, so we're all trying. I'm screaming at the crowd. I'm like, "Does anybody have a laptop?" And like, so we pull up the backtracks on somebody's phone, like.
You could have pulled it up on your email.
Yeah, yeah, we did it, pulled it up from the email, and they just wouldn't work. So,
Oh
like, we played the show without backtracks, which, I mean, we still did fine because, like, I feel like if you can't play without them, then you're pathetic. It's really weird going from not playing with a metronome to playing with a metronome or vice versa. So that was funny just because I got in a car accident on the way to the show that day, so it was just a horrible day.
destined for disaster.
Yeah, no, it was a really bad day. And then we haven't had anything really ridiculous yet happen to us yet. We were at White Castle and some dude tried to sell us crack. That was pretty weird.
That must have been an experience. What did you tell him?
I literally I've never been so scared before in my life. Yeah, but probably I don't know. We haven't had any really crazy stories yet. I'm waiting for something just outrageous to happen.
It'll happen. Don't worry.
Oh, no, I'm sure.
So, what's your favorite memory from one of your shows?
Um, that's a really good one. Probably just like the first time I saw someone like mosh to Imposter. Like that was just like we didn't ask them or anything because sometimes when you ask smaller crowds like get into this or let's see some movement, they usually don't. But like because everyone looks at each other like are you gonna mosh? Are you gonna mosh? But like one time like we didn't it was actually that show we played without backtracks and we were so worried because we were like oh it's gonna suck. But like we got the best crowd response from that show and like people moshed and everything and it was just awesome. And like, seeing someone you don't know sing back your lyrics it is absolutely insane. Or this isn't on stage, but like someone you don't know. Like I was at work and like I said I work at the mall and this kid comes up to me. He was like, "Aren't you in Noir?" I'd never seen this kid before in my life. And like that never happened to me before. I was like, yeah, dude. It was just crazy.
That must have been a cool experience.
It's surreal. Makes you have a huge ego for like 20 minutes.
Who would you want to tour with in the future?
um, that's a good question. Definitely. We'll just drop off Harris because we keep doing that. Our friends in Los Ojos, definitely. I love that band. I'd love to tour with them. That band Downstream from Canada, they're absolutely awesome. Super good band, really nice people. There's a lot of good bands in Canada, but especially in the Toronto area, I'll send you some links to some of these bands. They're insane. I like the scene we're from and all the bands so much. So like so many bands we like from where we're from, but like bands that are more established. Like I'd love to tour with Being as an Ocean. I'd love to tour with like Thrice or God. I wish Under Oath. That'd be amazing. Or even if we don't sound like them a day to remember, that'd be amazing.
Ooh, they're good live. I saw them a few days ago. They were good.
Oh yeah, they're crazy. I love them. Their new record comes out tomorrow. I'm so stoked. But um yeah, definitely like um kind of bands that sound like us, like being as an ocean. But I've found we kind of work well when we play with bands that don't sound like us. So I don't know. I'd be down to tour with bands like like heavier bands like Under Oath and things like that. I'm not sure. Under Oath, Circus Survive, Seosin, Emerosa, bands like that, like bigger bands like that, I'd love to tour with. And then as for like lower level, not lower level, that's not mean. As, as for like
What do you
small,
mean?
as for like smaller bands, I'd say like Alteris or Downstream or there's a band called Heavy Hearts from Canada I really like, and Cold Front and Rarity and yeah, so yeah, bands like that.
Are there any music festivals or concerts you want to play in the future?
God, everyone in the world wants to play Warped Tour. I don't know why anyone wouldn't wanna. um,
If you have a bad taste in music, you don't want to play Warped Tour. You can only listen to pop crap, then you don't. Only exception.
yeah, I'd love to play Warped Tour one day. I think everyone wants to. It's funny because the contest to play the Ernie Ball Battle of the Band stage, they don't have the Ernie Ball stage anymore at Warped Tour. So like
Really? There was an Ernie Ball tent? No, yeah, they're right. That's right. They didn't have a stage, but I saw their tent though.
yeah, they're still a sponsor, but like they don't have the stage anymore for whatever reason. And now the contest is to play on the main stage, which is awesome. But I think it's only one band per date now, and it used to be two. And they changed the contest. It used to just be vote with your email once a day. Now it's all like based off of how many hits you're getting on like YouTube and everything. And it's really hard if you don't have a huge social media presence. So like it right this summer it just wasn't a possibility, but hopefully next summer.
Yeah, it's a shame because there's lesser known bands that are like really good, but if they don't have a good enough presence, then they can't do it, which really stinks. I don't think they should go based off. They should go based off of what bands are actually really good.
Yeah, money talks though. And social media can be a bitch. But definitely Warped Tour. I'd love to play um there's what's that? Christ, there's these things at the Agora Theater in Cleveland. They're not like festivals, but they're like shows where they bring in a crap ton of touring bands, like Spring Fling or Snowed In. Like recently I remember last year the Spring Fling was like The Story So Far and 4 Years Strong and a whole bunch of other bands. So like those would always be cool. And then like uh Warped Tour, I don't know, man. Probably Warped Tour. That would just be amazing because it's everybody's dream.
Yeah, yeah. Warped Tour. I don't even care if I couldn't play. I'm just like
Or
I'll go around with the tents. I don't want to be
Riot
in Warped Tour.
Fest, Riot Fest in Chicago. I would kill to play that. That
That
would
would be
be so
cool.
awesome. Or A Day to Remember does that self help fest now. I would love to play that too. That'd be absolutely insane.
I never heard of the Self Help Fest. I'll have to look that up.
Ooh, it's really nice. They always get great bands. Yeah,
So
A Day to Remember. Run.
yeah. So what are your goals as a band?
I mean, every band wants to just be absolutely huge and sell out arenas, but I mean, you got to think like, I mean, I wouldn't put it past us to like, get a little bigger because obviously I believe in my band, but we play like a little heavier music than most, and like as we transition, like the music's going to sound a little bit differently on the next CD as it will on the next one after that, but like. I don't think we're the hardest band in the world, so like I think we have a lot of potential, but like we still have a lot of spoken word in our music, which can be a little polarizing to some people. So it's like and not the biggest amount of people listen to rock music, so like as for what I think will happen, who knows? As for what I want to happen, I want the world and more. But I mean, I'd be satisfied with, as long as one day maybe I'm able to like live off touring, that'd be amazing. But as long as people are enjoying my music, like I just want to make music. That's all I really care about when it comes down to it. Because I could I could still be making music even if I end up having to just get a regular job. I can still make music and everything, and I can live with that. But everyone wants to go out and tour and live the dream. So that's definitely what I want. But as long as I'm making music and people can connect to it and like be like, "Wow, dude, that's pretty intense," like then I'm happy with it.
So when you play shows away from home, if they're like you have to like stay away for a few days, how do you deal with being homesick?
We actually haven't had to like stay away for a while. We've Anything we play it has just been a couple hours driving distance, so we usually just take the hike home because like we all have to be at work because we all have jobs. But that's actually a good question because it's really intimidating being somewhere you don't know at all. Because like when you go to a venue, it's usually in a really bad part of town and there's nothing around but like a Walgreens and a McDonald's, and you don't want to venture around too much because you don't know how bad the city is. So like
Yeah.
it's really weird being in a different environment. As for homesick, I think you get homesick because you don't know. I mean, obviously distance is a bitch, but like since we haven't been that far away yet, um it's just really weird being somewhere you don't know, and it makes you homesick because it's just like, damn, I know where my Dollar General is where I live.
It's like why can't I know where things here are? Google Maps, help me.
Oh no, seriously, unfamiliarity, or I don't know if I said that right, but is like it really propels you to be homesick.
Yeah. Are you guys releasing any new music or music videos soon?
Not anytime soon. Um, I'm really not allowed to say. Um,
You're kept
not
silent.
I wouldn't say in the near future, but next year we'd like to have something out, and we're gonna have something out. Probably be We're gonna have a little something something before mid next year. I want to say early next year we'll probably have something out. As for another CD, um, I want to say fall of next year, but you never know. It could trail into winter. Who knows? I wouldn't expect anything soon, just because we just put something out in May, so we're still
Yeah.
writing.
Do you have any shows coming up?
Yeah, actually, we have one Saturday at Susie's in Youngstown, and then we have one October 1st at St. Roland's in Akron, Ohio, and then we have one somewhere in October with a band called Listener in Cleveland, Ohio. And I think that's it as of now.
Gotta
Oh,
do, gotta do all
what?
these shows in Ohio, away from here.
Yeah, yeah. Well, touring's expensive.
That's true. So, what do you do outside of the band?
Um, what do I do? Honestly, I don't think I even have a life outside of the band. I literally just once you get so sucked into doing this, like I'm one of those people that has to be in control of a lot of things. So like your life becomes taking care of things related to the band. So I don't know. I really like I'm a big basketball fan, so I like watching basketball a lot. And I work and that's I don't know. Honestly, like music is my life. It literally consumes your life.
Where do you work? Is it a good place to work?
I Oh, I work at PacSun. Oh yeah, it's super chill.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were talking about the jeans earlier. I
Okay.
forgot.
Yeah. But yeah, no, music, I tell you, it just absolutely consumes your life.
Yeah. What advice would you give to someone starting a band?
Oh my God, a million things. Um, be nice to kids when you're still a local band. Be nice to everyone that wants to talk to you. I've had run-ins with like bands like before I was in a band that were just really shitty to me. when I was like trying to like, I mean, sure, it can be, some kids could be kind of weird when they come up to bands and talk. That's okay. Sometimes kids get starstruck. It happened to me before. But like, just be nice to kids and um, learn how to work with your bandmates and learn how to compromise. And not everyone is nobody is ever always going to be on the same page. That just is not a reality. You just compromise is the key.
Yeah. What was your experience like in school?
I did not have many friends. Well, from like elementary to middle school, I was very, I don't know, timid person. I didn't have many friends. High school that like changed a little bit, but I don't know. I wasn't really chill with many people I went to school with, so school was pretty miserable.
Yeah, I get what you're getting at there.
Yeah, we all feel it sometimes.
What would you tell anyone that's being bullied or is just going through a hard time in general?
You know, I've dealt with that a lot in my life, especially early in my life. I feel like people that haven't been bullied before don't believe it's real. And like I understand why they think that, but like I've been on the other side of it, so I know what it's like. Um would you you know, what you gotta think is you just gotta focus on yourself and ignore all that. And as hard as it is to think, and I know I hated to think this too, is like everybody has problems, and even the person that's antagonizing you has problems, and maybe that's why they take it out on you. Is that right? Absolutely not. But I want to voice cracked really bad. But fuck the internet bully for that. But honestly, it's just focus on yourself and what you love and what you're passionate about and just be yourself and don't care what anyone thinks because especially with school like I mean you're only in school until 12th grade. I mean well that's a long time. But you know after high school you will never see those people ever again unless you live in a really small town, then you actually might see them the rest of your life.
Or get stuck going to college with them, then that might suck even more.
I maybe see one person I went to high school from like a day and that's about it. Like when you leave school everything gets better. But try to enjoy the time you have now in school because like some people don't have the ability to go to college financially and you know things like that. So I mean, try to take it in while you can and enjoy being young while you can because once even when you hit 18 years old, my God, everything changes. So just keep on keeping on and God, that sounds weird, but just focus on you. Don't focus on anybody else. And don't be afraid to ask for help.
Do you have any last comments?
Check out Animus. Check out Animus. Yeah, that's all I have to say. And we put out a music video for Downhearted, so you always want to check that out too. Yeah.
Of course. All right. That was Mason. All right. Thank you, Mason.
Oh, absolutely. You have a good day, Teresa.
Yep. So that was my interview with Mason. You should definitely go check out his band. So with that, we're going to play a song by his band. This is Downhearted.
Days from the sight of her eyes I had witnessed were a beautiful girl used to belong. I remember her eyes.
That was Downhearted by Noir. Be sure to go see them play at Susie's tomorrow. You can go on to their Twitter for details. So this is unfortunately the last song, and I'm going to play Paranoia by A Day to Remember in honor of their album Bad Vibrations coming out today. So I'll see you on Monday with an interview from the band Tribute, so look forward to that. I'll see you Monday.